Welcome back to Script and Sip. My name is Jessica, and if you're new here, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about Final Destination 2. This is actually where I feel like Death was elevated. Okay, Death was like, all right, I'm on a roll. He got a higher budget, and Death was like, I can up my shenanigans. Just a quick analysis or a quick summary about it was Kimberly, she's going on spring break with her friends, and it's like this like highway pile up. And this is where people, if you've seen memes or hear people talk about they don't get behind log trucks, I do not as well. It's because of this. And I also feel like this is where we saw that Death has a design. And what did the coroner say? You can't F with Death design, because when you F with it, he F with you and he's going to come harder. And that's what I think is going on, because if you look at the other, even though these deaths that happened in Kimberly's premonition were bad, think about how they died, like one by one. It was still bad, but it was like, whoa. Let's talk about the opening scene with the pileup. I think it really shows like the realism that this can actually happen, especially with the log trucks. It can happen with any kind of truck, but the log trucks, I'm telling you guys, that is the one that I'm just like, you see, if you ever see the log truck, I'm telling you, I will... That is me. I am going to zoom, make my heart go boom, boom, my supernova girl. In this moment when Kimberly is having her premonition and we see the signs that are leading up to you all are about to die in the premonition. So yeah, I feel like Death is out here just doing all of this stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna make it more elaborate this time. I do feel like he wasn't subtle in the first one, but I do feel like it got a lot more intense with the deaths. Remember the first death, the guy dropped the ring, and then it just went from him dropping the ring, him dying outside, getting, and even with the lady with the hook, she got the man with the hook. First of all, that man was being creepy. The hook got caught on her, and it's like, dang, you just decapitated. Yeah, remember the guy they was in the field, Rory, I think that was his name, Rory, who got slapped. Oh God, I was like, this is just gruesome. It was so bad. Death wasn't playing around, but they know there's a system, and they're trying to break the system. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the first time they were like, when they're all together, they was a little reluctant. They like, Eugene was like, ain't no death, like I heard about this, but ain't no love. But then when he saw that happen to the lady, the mom, he's like, oh yeah. Remember Isabella, Death has this thing where there's like, when the coroner told them, I think the coroner told them that like, if you give birth, create new life, I guess it puts a halt in Death's plan. So they say. But yeah, because they thought that Isabella was in it, but Isabella was zooming through the traffic. She could be a race car driver, because she was zooming through and didn't even get hurt at all. She didn't get killed. Okay. And then I love that Clear came back. First of all, I just love her name, Clear Rivers. Ain't that a dope name? And also I saw, and I'll touch on this too, because there is I think it's in Final Destination 4. I think it's the fourth one, where we see like where the guy's pulling up to the pool to save his friend, and it's called Clear Rivers. I was like, oh my gosh. And then the homeless guy named his dog Browning, Alex Browning. I'm like, you know what? But I never would have thought of a name for Clear. Okay, back on track. I'm sorry. I just had to talk about that for a little bit. But yeah, yes, I love that Clear came back, but I also hated that she died. I think she was just so eager to get Eugene, and she was like, Isabella had the baby. We stopped it. We're good. But then next thing you know, Eugene and her. Bye-bye. And I'm like, dang it. I liked Clear. I wish that didn't happen to her, but of course it was going to happen at some point. I think this movie was definitely pure chaos. In a good way, of course. I think it was pure chaos. And when it came to like the death and stuff, like the design, the consequences, like how they cheated him and stuff. And also I wanted to touch on Eugene when he tried to pull the trigger on himself, and they were all duds. It wasn't his time. So Death was like, not your time. I just thought that was a pretty interesting moment, because he's like, oh, you trying to take your life? Oh, no. We're not going to work on your time. We're going to work on my time. And I feel like Death is like, like I said, Death is like, This is about me and me getting what I want. You're not going to get the easy way out. Oh no, you're going to have to suffer. That's what I feel like death is like. I feel like it really just, Final Destination 2 really kind of like upped it a little bit, you know, gave it a little bit more oomph. I'm gonna add a little bit more oomph to it when it comes to death. And I think that if I was in this, if this was a thing and if I was involved in it and this was real life, I would not have survived. You think this one was a better series than the first one, or do you feel like it was cool? Do you feel like the original is better, or do you feel like the second one was a little bit more, you know, kind of upped it, gave it a little bit more run for its money, you know? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys for watching me. Bye.